Wabba 2 Flashback Saturday night, and tonight I am joined on the phone by a very, very special guest. And a couple of months ago, we interviewed Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest. Now we've got Rob Halford on the phone. Rob, how you doing?
Hey, Chuck, I'm doing great, buddy. It's great to speak with you.
It's so awesome to talk to you, my friend. And you've got some solo stuff going on, and we got to talk about that, but first of all, I gotta say, I understand you're calling me from New York tonight, and how's New York doing?
New York is freezing cold. I love this city. It's close to Philly, of course.
Yeah.
We're all connected. I'm just here talking to all my friends like yourself, Chuck, in all different parts of radio and the media, getting the news out, telling everybody about what's happening at halfordmusic.com and Apple iTunes with the reissue of the early Halford CDs, plus some new tracks and some fight reissues of demos never heard before, and Metal Gods Essentials Volume 1 that's out right now, all available at halfordmusic.com and Apple iTunes, and at the same time trying to make a Judas Priest record. So keeping the metal furnace roaring as ever, Chuck.
Yes, and you know what? That's so important because in today's day and age, we've got to keep this metal furnace rolling right along, my friend. And like you had mentioned, everything is available for iTunes, and you decided to go that route. Why iTunes instead of throwing the stuff into the store?
Well, I'm a different operation to all of the great things that I do in Priest, and of course, we in Priest have an incredible relationship with Sony BMG, and the format for distribution is different in that part of the metal world. And the reality is, I've just had this incredible success with robhalford.com, the official website, and I just wanted to explore more possibilities. And of course, it's a fact now that close to 60% plus of all types of music comes from the personal interaction that people want with our music these days. I mean, I don't buy CDs anymore. I haven't for a couple of years or more. I get all of my CDs, all my downloads off Apple or other resources, and I stick them on my iPod, like on my Apple Mac, and then burn CDs as and when I want to. And that's the digital revolution in music that I want to be leading for the metal community. And if you go to robhalford.com, you'll see people from all over the world enjoying that experience and getting involved in the official legal digital download world.
Absolutely. And you know what else I noticed? I noticed that you've got an interactive blog there as well, and you've got your MySpace page. Now, I went on my MySpace and I made sure I clicked on the add to my friends. So hopefully you get that, and you put me on as add to friends there. So.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, that's great. You see, isn't it incredible the way that the internet, that's barely into its second decade, has really shook up the world, so to speak, especially in music and entertainment.
Absolutely.
And I want to be a part of that for the metal community and lead everybody onto this great experience. And MySpace, Rob Halford is active. I've lost count of the people that we've got on there now. It's just an incredible place to go. But that's the other reason why I put Metal God Entertainment together, because I love MySpace, but there are hundreds of millions of people on there.
Yeah. And
I'm trying to focus it down in some way. So Metal God Entertainment, I hope, will be like a metal hub, similar to MySpace, and be a place where you can just hang out and really get more focused on the metal world.
Well, you know all the folks, and you hear once in a while, you hear the modern music, and you hear the rap, and you hear all that stuff. But you know what's refreshing? What's refreshing is when I get a 12-year-old that calls up and says, "I want to hear some Judas Priest."
Isn't that incredible?
Yes,
it's brilliant. And the new metal army, the new metalheads. They're the fans, along with everybody else, the hardcore fans like yourself, Chuck, that have been with us for a long time. it's just amazing that Priest is now at this point in our metal world that we've got such a broad-based fan base. It's absolutely sensational. So when we play live now, we see every generation that is headbanging up the front, and everybody connects. Nobody feels as though they shouldn't be there or they're out of place. That doesn't exist. I think that's unique in metal to some extent.
Absolutely. And hey, you had the big help from Beavis and Butthead, constantly the breaking the law.
Washing the dog. when you get embraced into kind of mainstream culture like that, that's a really cool thing, and I think it makes you understand the significance of what you represent.
Absolutely.
You're at such a level. You're so embedded in culture. In music culture, that those things kind of come about, and then you get invited to put soundtracks on really successful video games and stuff like that, and so that's all brilliant when that kind of thing takes place.
Yeah, no doubt, my friend. And we had touched on it. You said that Judas Priest is working on that new album, Nostradamus. How is that coming?
I can't begin to talk about it. The music's in my head all the time. It's just some of the greatest music that we've ever composed. And Glenn and Kate and myself completed the writing sessions recently in the UK, and the boys are tracking now. They're putting all the instrumentation down, and it's time for me to get my head into the lyrical world of Nostradamus, putting his life story to music. And that's what I'm doing back at my home in Phoenix, Arizona. So I'll be back in the UK probably early in January, and putting all the vocal tracks down. And we're looking to go. We should have it all wrapped up by late spring, and then get Nostradamus released to the metal masses as quickly as we can.
That's awesome. And I got to tell you, we've got a great venue here that yourself and the rest of the Priest guys are invited to anytime. You've got an open invite, and we would definitely love to see you guys here in town. And of course, I'm on the phone right now with Rob Halford. He's got a lot of solo stuff, and also he's got the brand new Judas Priest album, hopefully in the works. That should be coming out next spring. And of course, tonight we're going to play the new single. Got to play "Forgotten Generation." What prompted you to pick that one as a single?
Well, since my glorious return to the band I love more than anything in my life, Judas Priest, I just wanted to, obviously I stay focused at 1,000%, but I still have this great Halford fan base around the world, and I just wanted to keep this pipeline open through the internet, and so really just to give this whole launch, Mental Good Entertainment and HalfordMusic.com, a bit of a kick and a buzz. We found a couple of tracks that we wanted to share to all the fans out there, and one's called Forgotten Generation, as you say, Chuck, and it's a really cool song. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of vitality.
Oh, yeah.
Got a great message. When I say Forgotten Generation, I'm not talking about my generation, I'm talking about the metal generations,
Yeah.
It's a really assertive song. The message is about really, having your own voice and being recognised and really, standing up and being strong. So it's got a real cool message in there, and a wonderful hook line with a chorus, some terrific playing from all the Halford players, and it's created a great buzz there through the metal radio world right now.
What I want to know is, why has the Queen not knighted you yet?
Did you know I was invited to Buckingham Palace last year?
You were?
I was, yeah.
Wow.
It was, Her Majesty wanted to recognise all of the individuals that had put 25 years of their life into all forms of music.
Wow.
So I was absolutely thrilled to get in the mail this official letter from Buckingham Palace saying that Her Majesty requests the pleasure of Rob Halford from Judas Priest to Buckingham Palace to celebrate your endeavours for 25 years of British music on the world scene.
Wow.
So I just couldn't believe it, you know. I mean, I'm a royalist. I love the royal family, as dysfunctional as they are, like the Osborns. They're still great, and I was just thrilled. And I went there representing Judas Priest and everybody in metal, and I was rubbing shoulders with all kinds of people from all walks of life in music, and that was absolutely brilliant. I got to meet Her Majesty and shook her hand, and she made a comment about, well, why is heavy metal so loud, you know? And I said, well, Your Majesty, you know, you've got to bang your head to it so you have to turn the volume up. So that was just a kick for me to actually meet the Queen in person, and that was something that I'll always cherish. Yeah.
Congratulations. Well, you definitely deserve it because you've had such a great career, and you know, when you think heavy metal, when you think rock and roll, you think Judas Priest automatically.
Yeah.
And you know, I got to say, and I know that all the fans feel the same way. That the years that the Priest were kind of there without you, it was not Judas Priest. It was this awful hybrid. And you know, when you were back with the band, it was like now they are complete.
I think, you know, that really reinforces the belief and the love that everybody has for the original line of any band, whether it's Priest or my mate Bruce going back to Maiden, or my mate Vince going back to Crew. You know, yeah. But at the same time, Chuck, I will always be indebted and grateful to what Tim did.
Yeah.
When he took my role in Priest, you know, on Jugular and Demolition, he kept Priest alive. He kept Priest connected. He's a good friend, and I shall always, as I say, I'll always be grateful for what he did. And so he was just absolutely over the moon when he heard the rumours of a possible reunion, and he was there supporting me and supporting everybody else when that day came around. And but for all the years that I was away from Priest, obviously it was very, very difficult and emotional. I was able to do a lot of things in music that I needed to do to get out of my system, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it made my return back to Priest even sweeter, because I knew, even on a deeper level, the value of Priest and the importance of Priest to me as a singer and as a musician. I was back with my metal family.
And there's no doubt you are the metal god, my friend. You are the metal god, and you know, we are looking forward to having you in our region. I think it's been quite some time since we had you guys in town, and we need you here. We need to.
Well, we'll be coming back. We'll be coming back through Philly, the Philly area, sometime in 2007, and I'm sure you guys will keep all the listeners posted on the activities of Priest, and I know you guys have got a website for everybody to check out, and of course go to judaspriest.com, robhalford.com for all the updates as we put the Nostradamus Metal Monster together and bring it back to the States in 2007.
That's great, and we are looking forward to that. And any last words for the metalheads here that listen to Flashback?
Well, just that we thank you from the bottom of our metal hearts for your support and for your loyalty. You know, Priest doesn't exist without the metal fans and without the connection that you guys provide us with through radio. So we are this metal community that's kind of looking out for each other. And we thank you for that, and we look forward to coming back and roaring at the Metal Live on stage in 2007.
Awesome. And we look forward to that ourselves. And now I think we need to roll the new single from Rob Halford and his band. It's called Simply Halford. This is Forgotten Generation on Flashback Saturday night. Rob, thanks so much for joining us on the phone.
Thank you, Chuck. Thanks so much for the Metal God and everybody in Priest, and we'll see you guys next year.